In the early 1700s, long before railroads and cities reached the interior of North America, survival depended on small trading posts scattered across vast wilderness. These remote outposts became the meeting point between cultures, commerce, and exploration, shaping the future of an entire continent. Among the most influential of these networks was the Hudson's Bay Company, an organization that quietly controlled trade across millions of miles of frontier land. Welcome to Frontier History Archive, where we explore frontier history and the real stories of survival, exploration, and life at the edge of civilization. The Hudson's Bay Company was founded in 1670, during a time when European nations competed fiercely for access to resources in North America. Vast northern forests were rich with fur-bearing animals, especially beavers, whose pelts were highly valued in international markets. Rather than building large settlements immediately, traders established remote forts along rivers and coastlines. These trading posts became centers of exchange where indigenous hunters brought furs in return for tools, metal goods, cloth, and other supplies. Rivers served as highways through dense wilderness, allowing canoes and boats to transport goods across enormous distances. Life at a frontier trading post required careful organization. Most posts were built from heavy timber walls designed to withstand harsh weather and provide protection during long winters. Inside the walls stood warehouses, workshops, living quarters, and trading rooms where negotiations took place. Employees of the company came from diverse backgrounds. Some were experienced traders, others were laborious, craftsmen, or voyageurs, skilled canoe travelers responsible for transporting goods between distant locations. Each role was essential for keeping trade routes functioning. Daily routines followed strict schedules. Workers repaired buildings, maintained supplies, prepared food, and recorded trade transactions. Accurate record-keeping ensured that goods moving across thousands of miles remained accounted for. Winter dominated life in the northern frontier. Snow covered the landscape for months, limiting travel and forcing residents to rely on stored supplies. Food preservation became critical, and hunting supplemented rations when possible. Isolation shaped the experience of everyone living at a post. Many workers spent years far from major settlements, communicating with the outside world only when supply ships or canoe brigades arrived during warmer seasons. Despite isolation, trading posts became cultural meeting places. Different languages, traditions, and knowledge systems interacted daily. Indigenous expertise in navigation, survival, and environmental understanding proved essential for European traders adapting to unfamiliar climates. Without this cooperation, many early posts would not have survived. The company gradually expanded its network across northern territories, building new posts along strategic waterways. Each new location extended trade deeper into the continent. Transportation remained one of the greatest challenges. Voyagers paddled enormous distances through rivers and lakes, carrying heavy cargo over land during portages where waterways ended. These journeys demanded strength, endurance, and teamwork. A single trading season required months of travel. Crews navigated rapids, unpredictable weather, and insects during summer while racing to complete journeys before winter froze rivers solid. Inside the posts, anticipation grew whenever supply brigades arrived. News from distant regions, letters from home, and fresh goods connected isolated workers to the wider world. These rare moments broke the routine of frontier life. As trade expanded, the Hudson's Bay Company became one of the most powerful commercial organizations in North America. Yet its influence extended beyond commerce alone. It shaped exploration, mapping, and settlement patterns across the northern frontier. And the true challenges of life at these remote outposts were only beginning to emerge. As the Hudson's Bay Company expanded deeper into the northern frontier, life at trading posts became increasingly complex. These remote forts were no longer simple exchange points but growing communities that depended on cooperation, planning, and adaptation to survive in one of the harshest environments on the continent. Winter remained the greatest challenge. Temperatures dropped far below freezing, and daylight hours became extremely short. Snow covered travel routes, and rivers froze solid, cutting off transportation for months at a time. During this season, preparation determined survival. Food storage was carefully managed. Dried meat, preserved fish, and grain supplies collected during summer had to last until spring. Hunting parties were sometimes sent out to supplement rations, but success depended heavily on weather and wildlife movement. Inside the fort walls, daily routines continued despite isolation. Workers repaired tools, maintained buildings, and prepared goods for the next trading season. Blacksmiths forged metal tools, carpenters strengthened wooden structures, and clerks recorded inventories by candlelight. The arrival of spring transformed life dramatically. Melting ice reopened rivers, allowing canoe brigades to travel once again. This marked the beginning of the busiest season, when voyageurs carried goods across enormous distances connecting distant posts. Voyageurs were among the most skilled workers on the frontier. They paddled large canoes loaded with heavy cargo through lakes and fast-moving rivers. Travel demanded endurance, as crews worked long hours navigating rapids and carrying supplies overland during portages. A single portage required lifting heavy packs and boats across rocky terrain before returning for another load. These journeys tested physical strength and teamwork, often repeated dozens of times along a route. Competition soon intensified. Another powerful organization, the Northwest Company, began establishing rival trading networks across the interior. Competition between companies pushed exploration farther into unknown regions as each sought control of valuable trade routes. New posts appeared deeper inland. Explorers mapped rivers and lakes previously unknown to European traders, expanding geographic knowledge of North America. Trading networks indirectly encouraged exploration long before formal expeditions arrived. Despite rivalry, survival still depended on cooperation with indigenous communities. Local knowledge guided traders through seasonal changes, hunting patterns, and safe travel routes. Cultural exchange shaped daily life, influencing clothing, food preparation, and transportation methods adapted to northern conditions. Over time, trading posts evolved into permanent settlements. Families formed communities near forts, trade routes attracted craftsmen and laborists, and isolated outposts slowly developed into centers of regional activity. The Hudson's Bay Company eventually became one of the largest landholders in the world. Its influence extended across vast territories, shaping economic development and encouraging migration into northern regions. What began as fur trading gradually contributed to long-term settlement patterns. However, change was inevitable. As industrialization advanced and transportation improved, the fur trade declined in importance. Railways and new industries reshaped economic priorities, reducing dependence on traditional trading networks. Many frontier posts adapted by becoming towns or supply centers. Others faded into history, leaving behind wooden foundations and records that revealed how people once lived at the edge of civilization. The legacy of the Hudson's Bay Company remains significant. It demonstrated how commerce, exploration, and cooperation could connect distant regions long before modern infrastructure existed. The trading posts served as bridges between cultures and as stepping stones toward exploration of the northern frontier. Today, preserved sites and historical accounts remind us that frontier history was not shaped only by explorers and settlers, but also by traders, voyageurs, and communities working together in remote landscapes. Their daily efforts built networks that connected vast wilderness areas, turning isolated regions into part of a growing world. Thank you for watching Frontier History Archive, where we explore the people, places, and stories that shaped frontier history. Until next time, goodbye from Frontier History Archive.